for yourself. Oh, Maya says she can't get in. Hold on. What is the dream that you had for yourself that maybe along the way somebody told you like that's gonna be hard or okay, I can't. Yeah, Maya. Okay, along the way somebody told you that was gonna be hard or um I don't know, obstacles got in the way to make it seem like it's unreasonable, whatever that is. But what was that dream? What was that idea that you had for yourself? Where did you see yourself? And why, if you're not there, why not? And we're just starting there because, okay, Maya, I mean, Keon, do you remember the staircase when she
Of
was losing
course.
it and she was like, I just lost my retirement, and we were talking about going to Paris, and she was just like, it was all these things that was like in the
Blocking her
future.
dream.
Yeah, but it was like
Yeah.
futuristic, and it was like, why wait? Like she did all of that, she did it by the book, and she waited, and all this other stuff, only to find out that um her retirement, the stock dropped and her retirement was gone, over $1 million. So it kind of made me think of that, and then Maya had called me and was like, "Oh, I got an idea," which was crazy. Because I was like, "That's why you don't wait. You live the life." I mean, I understand there's a balance between doing what you have to do, like we talked about last time, with like going to school first and all that. But that's really why you don't wait for stuff like that. Is anybody seeing, like, I don't see a lot of changes, but is anybody seeing your girl's facial structure is getting a little thinner? That is not AI.
Smile. Yeah, it is. I'm
Yeah,
glad
you
to see
losing.
it.
Yeah, you losing weight, buddy.
Yeah, maybe inches, but thank you. My hush. Anyway, so Maya asked some questions, some really good questions.
Uh, I thought you
Um,
just
what,
asked
Maya?
one. I thought you just asked one.
I did, but um, that was my question.
Oh, okay.
I was just
Okay, so what question did I ask?
um, okay. Well, let me just get the answer to the question that I just asked. Where did you see yourself at whatever age you are? Did you see yourself here?
Okay, I will be completely honest.
Oh, I knew it was having to happen.
Why I can't see Keon?
She on
I'm fixing my camera because when I be getting off work, my ponytail be crooked, and it's just so crooked that y'all gonna think something wrong with me. So I'm really trying to get it together.
Dang, when you
Like,
get off work?
yes.
Okay.
But I will be completely honest. Me personally, I have a passion and love for music in a way that I feel is abnormal. And I truthfully thought that I would be a music
famous DJ.
producer
Oh,
or like a famous DJ. Yeah, I thought that music would take me somewhere because of like just the way I feel about it. Like just the places I can go with music, the places I can go personally with music and just I can spend
vibe out.
hours without without conversation and just music. And it does not limit itself to a genre. So I thought that was very unique about me.
Hmm.
And I thought about my mom in the fourth grade telling me to choose a realistic goal because at that age I was into something creative and it was basketball. And I was like, I'm gonna be like Lisa Leslie. I was in 4th grade, and I would never forget my mom telling me that's not realistic. Find something. I'm in the 4th grade. I would have told me, I'm like, I want to be a WNBA basketball player. My mom would have told me find something realistic, find a career. So I decided I'm gonna be a computer technician because I just decided
For
to choose
real?
something
I didn't know that part.
because she made it sound like choosing to be a basketball player was so naive. So yeah, I she made it sound like wait,
Like you was just being silly.
yeah, mom made it sound like if you choose to be a basketball player, like that's such a goofy response, and I just didn't want to look like that to no adult. So I was like, if I say I'm gonna be a computer technician, that's something big. I didn't even. And the only reason why I thought computer technician is because I knew Miss Raw, and she did. I thought she was a computer technician,
Oh
and she was
wow.
my math tutor. So a child is truly influenced by things around them. And my biggest dream, I thought this is what it was, but in reality, I think in 4th grade when my mom told me to be realistic, that
Yikes.
stuck with me for the rest of my life.
So you been
And
muted this whole time?
anything that was creative
That's crazy.
wasn't realistic enough to pursue.
You can do PRB instead of.
And it wasn't security. It wasn't
Is that muted?
worth the energy because it was a 50-50 chance of chosen opposed to being a true reality. And in a good light, that's nice that she helped me with that discipline. But at the same time, who knows what I could have done with creativity.
Yeah.
So I thought I was gonna be a music producer. I can make the hardest mixes. I can blend the best music, and eventually I lost interest in that stuff because it wasn't realistic enough. And I didn't want my mom to be disappointed or just uninterested in what I chose to be. Because I think I even remember telling her, it's so hard to get in PT school. I'm about to quit. And just they said they'll let me in PTA school for free. And my mom was like, "You gonna be the assistant?" And the look on her face was so like disgusted. Like yeah, like she was like, instead of pursuing to be the doctor, you want to be the assistant. And I mean, I'll never forget that. That's just a look that stick with you. I'll never forget that look. I'll never forget that feeling of just being like, I'm head out. Never mind. But even when she wasn't around, that look stuck with me. So my decision making was like, I don't never want my mom to give me that look. I don't never want my mom to feel like
what are you doing?
yeah, is you cool? Like she not saying it, but the way she looked is like, all right. And then the conversation behind it is it's minimum conversation. It's like very short. Like, okay, like almost like I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna let it play out. Where it's like my dad is different. He'll give the guidance. He gonna give you the blue book the right way.
Yeah.
But my mom, she like killing it with silence. Like, I ain't saying you dumb, but the way you sound.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Okay, so for y'all in the chat, the question is, and I'm gonna read the comments. The question is, what was your dream, and why are you not doing it right now? Because I want to come back to you, Keon, because there's a couple of things. But Mom said, I told you to find a career and pose the question, what if you got hurt? You needed a backup. You were a good ball player, but you were lazy and didn't really want to put in the work for basketball greatness. She said, and that's true about the assistant, but I know my kids. So here's the thing. I just want to know, because some of that, Keon, was like, yeah, you did not want to do the work on the basketball end. So like, you know, I don't feel like I don't know. Maybe you feel differently, but I don't feel like any love was lost there. Maybe the music thing, but and also I think the assistant comment is brilliant because it was like you're limiting yourself. Strive for greatness. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think it was wrong. I just think I don't. Now that I'm more grown and more mature, I don't think it was wrong. I just think like it curved my personal journey.
Mm.
So if I were out here to think alone, if I was out here to not, because like
Do
I
you see that as
said,
a good thing or a bad thing?
okay, in fourth grade I saw it as bad, but
right.
when she pushed me to not settle for the assistant, it almost gave me like I'm I'm not stepping in leadership and she see leadership in me. So it almost gave like a honor to be looked at in a higher light. You know what I'm saying? But I was
Oh,
mature by then.
yeah, I like that. Okay.
So the difference was in fourth grade, I'm just thinking like, let me be a dreamer. Like,
Mhm.
let me be a dreamer. Don't kill the shine at fourth grade. Let's maybe wait till about 6 going to 7. Find out I'm sorry for real. Just let me go play some competition to find out I'm really sorry. But don't kill it in fourth grade. Right now, Alani going
How
to
old are you
find
in fourth
fossils.
grade?
I don't know, but I know Alani going to find fossils, and until she old enough to know that okay, that's a unique job, we're gonna love the
Gonna be
fact
in
she
her
want
little
to go find fossils.
outfits.
Yeah, like we're gonna love that. We gonna love that. But I'm just saying, who knows what create because that was creativity. I lost faith in creativity early.
Ooh, I feel that.
You know, I
Um,
lost faith, and so for the rest of my years, I didn't care about art. I didn't care about PE, music.
oh my gosh.
I didn't
Okay,
care about the classes.
so the music thing, it was the same thing, or like you never said anything about that because of the other stuff.
Yeah, I never said
Oh,
anything about
okay.
that. That's what I'm saying. Creativity died in fourth grade at
Okay.
basketball.
Okay.
Like,
So,
I ain't never gonna get to
but
somebody. I want to be a big music producer.
where are you now, and what are those dreams
Now
now?
at 33, I am walking in my purpose. Until my dad had a wreck, I didn't know what a physical therapist was. I didn't even know that job exists.
Mhm.
So that was sixth grade. I found out what that job was,
Mhm.
and I get to wake up and go to a job that like I genuinely love. Like it's not. I don't. The only time I feel like I work is when I have to navigate um a relationship or I have to navigate feelings and or somebody becomes disappointed in the service I provided. Like that's the only time I work. Other than that, every day is like it's entertaining to me. It's easy to go to. And so I really applaud my parents for pushing me into identifying what a physical therapist is because they saw my character and they saw a job that like this fits who you are as a person. This is the one. And if you get this 100% and you give your best, even when I was failing, they was proud. And never in my life had they been proud of anything under great to me. So when I got to a point of failing and they still was proud that I was giving 100%, I think that changed the game for me.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I don't think people realize as a parent, that's the first person in the world who, yay, you walked. They spend your first few years celebrating the smallest things in your life. So when it comes to big things in life, no matter how old you get, no matter how distant they are, you're going to want their approval for, and maybe some people different, but for me, it's like I want that, yay, you did it, buddy. Like that's the first person in the world that introduced you to celebration.
Yeah.
So I think like at some point I just realized like if I master this and I can't make them mad.
Yeah.
I can be me. I can't make them mad.
Yeah.
They can't get mad at me. Not mad long enough.
Yeah.
Cause the
So,
biggest
but,
goal
but
is
you're still. I mean, they mean a lot, but you're still living your dream. Like this is still
but I made him. They helped me identify my dream.
okay.
And at some point my dream was like it catered to wants. You know, like to sit in music for hours, that's easy.
Yeah.
Like that's easy. This was something that pushed me and challenged me. It put me in an uncomfortable space and position that I never wanted to be in. I always wanted to quit. And anytime I wanted to quit, I decided to like call them. Like I didn't call a friend. I called somebody that was gonna really make me feel like trash for wanting to quit.
I get what you're saying, but this is so funny. I'm sorry.
That's who I called, for real.
Oh,
like
man.
I just remember like bawling because I was going through a tough time, and my daddy was like, "You pray for this, like you know, like the way they talked to me was just like, come on, dude, you gotta bounce back. Like, is you okay? Like you over here crying like you died. You got a bad grade. Like, so what?" And it was just different. It was a different dynamic from, you know, B minus Keon. Keon get a B minus. My parents showing up to school about a B minus. That's all I can see. It's like, come on, man, it's just a B minus. It ain't that serious. But I was actually getting F's, like failed, and they were like, "You still in the game? You got this." And so, I guess the people who, I don't know, it's very a very unique dynamic, but. When I was failing the most and I was at my lowest, I probably had breakfast with my mama that morning and got told you could go back to PT school, and we both was turned. We gave each other a high five at the table. But, you know, it was just a different type of fight, and I was far away from home, and it's like, I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want to be out here a representation of disappointment. So it modified my dreams. Like, was my dreams truly my dreams? It feel like it, but was my dreams guided and I was, you know, molded because I cared so much. I cared so much about the opinion to the point where like it created a space of security for me that I didn't even know I could have. And still get to be who I am as a person at the same time.
What's a dream right now that you're still pursuing? Or maybe you're
Honestly,
not pursuing it. Maybe you've put it down or you've paused it for a minute. But what's a dream that you have right now?
my latest dream is to just like I want to change the face of physical therapy in a way that's like, I just want to create diversity in it with different personalities. People be looking at physical therapy like it's torture, but I want to make a brand out of like my personality in a way. I want to mentor people and teach them to be the true authentic version of who they are as a tool to build rapport and truly help people, make people want to meet you. You know, I'm a hugger. I hug my patients. That's very different in just a city culture. It's for me to be like, well, give me a hug. Like, you made it. You know, you went through the pain. You did it. I just want to change the culture. And I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if that looks like me getting my own clinic. I don't know if that looked like me creating a program for students, because I do have a lot of students I mentor. I don't know what it looks like, but I just want to, never lose who I am as a person, and I want to share that authenticity in my field. Like I feel like the old, like, yeah, you're doing chipper, we're going to get you back. Like I feel like that type of talk and behavior just not real. If you don't show up, you're not gonna get better.
As you talk about your dream, does it feel like something that's obtainable, or do you feel like I probably sound crazy to some people? You know what I'm saying?
I sound crazy. I feel like I sound crazy because I feel like I'm trying to. Everybody think I'm recruiting like a bunch of mini me's, and then also it lacks like a true image. It doesn't fit in a box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
But do you
so.
think it's obtainable, even though it sounds crazy?
TJ said change the smoke alarm. It just started going off yesterday.
I didn't even
I got
hear
2
it.
smoke alarms. I got about 3 of them. It just started going off yesterday. But
Child, Maya got this wine. I'm here for it.
do I feel like it's attainable?
Great.
I feel like I'm learning a little bit now that it's attainable, but I just don't. You know, I don't know how it can be attained. I don't know how to give it a true direction. That's what I'm saying.
I feel you. Well, thank you, Ken. So the question was about where your dreams are. Like, what dream did you have? And I just kind of went with that, with what Keon shared. But I'm going to read the comments, and then I want to know about Maya. So Damon said he became a rapper, car stereo drummer. Damon, you did do that, but in what way? Like, did you want to do that for audiences, or did you want to do that for what you're doing right now? Because you be calling me, and I be hearing your music, and I'm sure other people do too. Was that the goal, or you want to get, like, instead of calling me, maybe you should flip on the camera and put it on YouTube every now and then. I'm just curious. Mom said, and you were going for assistant because you didn't want to push yourself. There's nothing wrong with being an assistant, but that wasn't your drive. It was your cop-out. Feel that. Maya put the question in the chat. What was your dream, and why aren't you doing it right now? Mom said in 4th grade, we were pushing dreams, not hopeful dreams or wishful thinking. You played all the time, and to me, that was another playground for you. Always your biggest cheerleader. Mom said not trash. Hey, Pumpkin. She said, hey, everyone. Okay. So Maya, what was your dream?
I don't think. Well, my dream. I just remember saying like I knew I was gonna get out of Malden. I knew I was gonna be in a city, and that's about it. But I don't think I think I did everything right, like modeling after my sisters. And like to this day, when people ask me, why did you become an OT? I still Keon's story of my dad was.
That's not the actual story?
It's not. And I just came to that realization that like I feel like I kind of went down the path of my sisters. Like I remember Daddy saying, he asked me what I wanted to do, and I said a neurosurgeon, and he was like, so you want to look into? He just started asking me questions, and I was like, yeah, you're right, I don't want to do that. And then like when I failed out of PT school, I talked about being a nurse.
Wait,
like it was just
what made you say neurosurgeon? You don't even like science, do you?
No. To an extent, yeah. I wouldn't say I don't like science. I like science. I think I just like understanding things.
Okay.
I wouldn't just say like science. Is Keon okay?
That's a bit of psychology.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. But and that's what my bachelor's is in psychology.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, and I thought about that too, at one point. But then I was like, that's too much school. Then I thought about nursing. Daddy was like, do you want to deal with blood and 12-hour shifts? And I was like, absolutely not. So then I came across OT. And back to my point, when people ask me, like, why did you choose this career? I use Keon's story of my dad was in a car accident. It sounds really good.
Yeah, yeah.
But I never developed a true, it doesn't.
It was the path
I
was
never
kind of laid out for you. Like I need to do something.
exactly
So
because
did
I
you
was
ever
in
give yourself a chance to dream then?
not really. I think I'm at that point now.
Okay.
I was in first grade when Daddy had his car accident.
Oh,
I
don't
just
think I
I
realized
just
that.
remembered going to the Butlers and I was excited for that. I didn't understand what was going on.
You went to the Butler?
I was so excited to go to the Butlers. I knew Dash was, with Nate, and so anytime
It was always a good time. Fish.
yeah, it was kids
Aquarium,
there and just
snacks.
I got to do
trampoline.
whatever. So yeah, I was excited to go there. So I didn't truly understand. Like even Daddy had talk about it now. I still didn't realize that Mom had to bathe on me. He had to learn how to walk and talk. Like I didn't see that. So I adopted your story of why I became an OT. But that's not to say like I don't love being an OT because like I think I just love connecting with people in general. But I also don't I'm at the point where I don't want to put myself in a box because I am creative and I think if I had the choice I would have went that route to where I can still connect with people but in a more creative way.
Oh my god.
Huh?
What? Why you say, oh my
What
God?
you say?
Oh, I thought I was on mute.
No.
Key, what you got to say?
She said, oh my gosh.
Nothing. It's crew. I just said, oh my gosh.
Oh.
We got all these tweets out. So I was just like, oh my god.
I was just talking about you. Okay, so in a way, you are exploring. You're trying to dream now and figure out what's for you and what do you like.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I am a person that should be. I don't like to put myself in a box at this point. Like, if I thought about going back to school, and that's just me chasing another like something that's tangible where I
Socially
know
acceptable.
exactly, and maybe that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I can dream of different things. Maybe I can be, do content creation. Maybe I can still travel. Maybe, I can just do whatever. But I am grateful of the path because I feel like if I wasn't here and I didn't have that stability, then I wouldn't be able to dream as big as I dream. So I'd rather have it that way than, hey Tita,
Long time no see.
I'd rather have it that way than be stuck at a job that I absolutely hate getting up for and having nothing to even try to explore the dreams that I have.
Okay. I feel that. I like that for you, Maya. I'm glad you have finally decided to dream, but still be paid while doing so. That's important.
Yeah. What about you?
When I was very young, I don't even know what age, but I had to be really young because I didn't come up with a lawyer thing until like 3rd grade. But I wanted to be a dancer, like on the music videos.
Dirty Dancing.
Dancing for money.
Yeah, I still really love to dance. Like, could lose myself in dancing.
That's creative. You really can dance though.
Thank you. Yeah, I just like everywhere I go, like every city I go to, I find like a dance studio. Even here, once before I tried to like start like dancing and see if people would come up to the gym and dance. I don't know what y'all like to do in Malden, but starts with N, ends with nothing. Okay. Or maybe it's me. I don't know. But even thinking about what is it? The step, like you can still dance and show your creativity and step. I thought about that, like doing something while I'm here, but I don't really think it's like killing my dream. I just really don't think people would show, and that's fine because I did it by myself in the gym one day and I had a blast. So anyway, Daddy told me that those girls, that is not the goal, because those girls are like, they're video vixens. They don't get respected. It's just not it's just not a good. They're objectified, and everything that I've heard about Hollywood, I am grateful for that realization. I also wanted to be a singer, and then he took me to a audition for American Idol, and he was like, okay, you make it here, then we go to Kansas City. It was one in St. Louis, but we missed that one. And I was in college at the time, but I still went to the audition, and I had the worst stage fright. My God. And I realized I cannot sing in front of people. Like, if I'm singing at church, I'm singing about God. I ain't worried about y'all. But other than that, if I'm not singing at church, yeah, I have terrible stage fright, and I don't want to do this. I can't even hit my notes. I mean, it sounded like I don't even know why you got up here. That's why some of them things on, American Idol, where they be like, why? That don't even sound good. It could be stage fright, child, because you sound like a whole different person when your voice starts to squeak. But then I realized, and by then I was already in college on my way towards being a lawyer. And I just realized, like, yeah, like things kept happening to show me that, yeah, it's law for you. Because, like, I'm not good in math. I mean, I'm terrible. I'm not good in science. I failed out of chemistry. I dropped lots of classes so that I could focus on chemistry. Got a tutor before it started. I can't do science. I couldn't.
That's when I knew I made it. When I passed chemistry, you didn't.
That's crazy, Kia.
Right.
I can't do math or science. I can read and write. Like, I can read really fast. I like to read. And I can write a paper like it's nothing. And so it's a lot of reading and writing.
I will say you have a lot of creative, like, niches. Niche.
Like,
Don't worry about that. I'm just saying, like, you can sing, you have very beautiful penmanship.
Thank
Like,
you.
your penmanship is nice. Even when you're in a rush, you still have very nice penmanship. You can play the piano. You can, like, you just, like, really can, like.
You're a creative minded person too. Like, every word you speak, every thought you have is really deep and intentional.
And your
And
dreams are some of the wildest dreams. Like, it's like, okay.
What's wild?
I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, you just have, like, you've always been that type of person. Like, you're going to have a cleaning lady. Everything that you said you was going to have, you had. You lived in the penthouse. They're just some of the wildest dreams. And to see you, like, find a way to navigate them and accomplish them sometimes is unreal. It's mind-blowing. It's like, ain't no way.
Thank you for that
Ain't no
reminder,
way.
Keon.
Yeah, you just always.
Because I never liked kids, but I did say, like, if I can't have a nanny, I don't want it.
Yeah, you got a nanny. The baby was speaking Spanish at like 2. It was like you literally played Sims with your life. Like you
and you helped me see that, Dash. Like, you helped me change my way of, like, what I speak into the world and, like, what I can accomplish, because, like, what you do or what you say you actually do. And you have to remind me a lot of times, like, no, you be speaking stuff to existence. So at one point, I started
great
to believe
manifester.
it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I don't care how long it take you, baby. You gonna pull it off, and it's gonna be like, wait, what? And you gonna
That's
do it
why
so
I said everything
gracefully and
she said.
humbly.
I
You gonna
believe it,
be,
and my
it's
hands
gonna
gonna
be
be like
so
this.
nonchalant, like.
I'm done.
The
So,
meal. I
um,
just hit a meal, but it's cool.
shut up, Kia.
But I want us to read TJ question.
Okay,
And I want to
shout
answer
out to
that.
Star, because Star did say that I do. I remember her saying that. She was like, I just love how when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Nate put in the comment 22. That just means if you're into numerology, I think life path numbers, look up a 22. It's a based on my like age, my date of birth, and some other things. My number is a 22. Everybody has a life path number, and a 22 is like a highly powerful, highly intelligent person or something like that. So every time somebody's saying something like that, or I'm talking about something crazy that's like out of my time, they'd be like, "It's because you're a 22." So look that up if you care about that. It's kind of like the astrology thing, but it's with numbers. So TJ said, "What do you say to the person who don't have a dream? What's the difference between a dream and a goal?" Oh, good question.
I wanna back that up because Monts answered and said a dream is something you want to do or hope for. A goal is putting that dream with a plan. You can dream about a lot of things, but when you set a plan into actions, you can turn dreams into goals. And I don't think, because I had to ask myself this, I don't think everybody start off with a dream,
Yeah.
and I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes we start with survival or responsibilities or just simply trying to get through the day, and I think that like that's okay too. But I don't think that's something that you can wake up and just say, I have a dream that I'm going to do this. Like I feel like you find out what your dream is through experiences. Like that question can be so vague. Instead of saying what is your dream, maybe ask like what is what do you want your life to look like, or every day, or
Yeah.
how do you want to feel every day, or what is something, ask those questions, and maybe through that answer you can explore, like, kind of work backwards and explore, like, okay, this is the answer to that. So maybe I should start going. I like to go to coffee shops and read books, or maybe maybe that's something I should start doing every day. And you'll start unraveling some of the dreams that you had embedded in you that you didn't even know about. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my
Me
Thanks,
as a dream,
China. China said I
I
finally
don't
caught
think
y'all
you,
on here. Hey.
me as a dreamer, I don't think you could sleep until you establish a goal. I'm such a dreamer that like I can't sleep well until I have a goal.
So,
that's a
very
okay.
easily put, a dream is something that you hope for. A goal is something you plan and work to achieve.
And
So,
oftentimes it's hard to get out of dreaming to get to a goal. Like it's hard to set a goal sometimes. Like
it is, and I also think that in terms of dreams, kind of like what Maya was saying, like people are not lazy or lack ambition; they lack exposure or permission
Mm-hmm.
or the space to to dream of that idea. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think you necessarily have to start with a dream, like Maya said. I think you can just start with curiosity, like what do you want? How do you want your life to be different? Like
Mm-hmm.
and when I say how, I'm saying go far. Like not I don't want to drive this car. What car do you want to drive? Do you want to drive or do you want to have a driver? Um do you want to live?
Like
I don't want
take
to live in
all
this
the
state.
objections out and let yourself
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go
Don't be
there.
that person
I don't
that
know how to
stops
be.
yourself and be like, "Well, that's unrealistic." Like why? Like it's just a dream. Why would you just stop yourself? Even just a dream. If you're doing that, and when you're just processing in your mind a dream, think about how you're actually manifesting that in real life. You are so limiting yourself if you can't even just think of it on your own and just like let your mind wander. Like, not, I don't want to be in this state. Maybe you don't want to be in this country. And maybe you want to try another country for a few months or a week, couple weeks or something. Just kind of start with like, what energizes you? What makes you happy? If you haven't figured out what energizes
Just tell
you,
somebody how to dream.
what?
I don't think you could tell somebody how to dream.
No, it's not telling you how to dream. It's facilitating the ability to do so. Because if you lack the space, the permission, if your life has been so constructed and so this is all I see and all I know, then maybe you don't even know how to start. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So it's really about like not telling you how to dream. It's about figuring out a helpful way to facilitate starting the idea of the dream or the idea of what you want for yourself. If money weren't an issue, how would you spend a Tuesday? Like,
yeah, and it don't even have to be expensive. Like after work, if you wanted to I just keep using coffee shops because I love a coffee shop. But if you wanted to just sit at a coffee shop and read a book, then maybe like you can, figure out it's free. Just go there and let yourself just explore. Like, what do I like about
realistic? First of all, in the real world, ain't nobody going to the coffee shop. I just
okay,
think
that's your problem.
That's
We're
your
not
word.
we're not you're talking about being realistic. Like, we're in our head. You're just in your head. And you already are talking about realistic. It ain't realistic up here. You can literally say, I want to be blue up here. But if you're already going, that's not realistic. There's multiple ways to be blue. Like, you can, maybe you mean blue in the water. Maybe you mean I always want to wear blue. Maybe you mean your hair blue. I mean, you're cutting yourself short before you even get started. And sometimes starting it looks negative, but it can start with a bunch of what I don't want. And that's fine too, because the process of elimination will help you get there as well. Like, if you knew you couldn't fail, what is it that you would try?
I don't like people like you.
Ooh.
I'm just an objective person. I told you why. My creativity was killed early.
Yeah.
I started to come.
You just gonna keep stabbing it in other people that want to be creative too. Talking about
I'm
ain't
not
no
stabbing at nobody. I'm just saying, like, I think, like, for example, when I made the point of saying you can't tell someone how to dream, I feel like you have to get to such a vulnerable space within yourself that no one can tell you, not even your mother, not your father, no one can tell you how to dream. You have to create a space of vulnerability within self and eliminate the noise. So in my world, it's not so much like I'm killing people's dreams. I'm just saying, like, you develop the dream because the dream is a hypothesis. It's an educated guess. I think I can do this with my life. And then you create goals after that. It's just scientifically proven to me that in order for you to get to a place of being able to dream, vulnerability has to be in your heart, and it has to be a space that allows you to grow in. And you can't grow with anger, regret. It's so many external factors
You can always grow. Like, unless you're dead, you can always change things. You can grow from anger, because sometimes anger is the thing that catapults you into, like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm doing something different. Dreams, I feel like maybe we're using the wrong word, like Maya said, because dreams can be just an accumulation of small realizations. Like, I like to do this, I like to do that, and then you start to build on that. So
but somewhere in them dreams lives deep your purpose.
Yeah.
And you gotta learn how to swim through all them dreams.
That's true.
and find out which one of these dreams is the one that's gonna create this. Which one is these dreams gonna create that? That's, as an objective person, I'm not I'm not trying to minimize anybody's feelings, and I'm not trying to just be like, oh, that's not realistic. Like, go to the coffee shop. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, dreaming is a place of vulnerability.
That's true.
It's you don't. Some people say I go to sleep every night and don't dream because you got so much stress on your mind.
Yeah.
I think that's also spiritual too, though, because like, yes, you have to have that vulnerability, but you also have to be willing to be developed in that space of vulnerability. You can't go through this new season that you're trying to get through using old oil. So yes, to your point, I think it is a vulnerability. I think it's spiritual. I think it's emotional. I think it's hard. You got to let go a lot of old habits to allow yourself to even be indulged in that space. And Stasia asked the question and said, so is your purpose found before the dream or before the goal? I think it's all intertwined with
It is.
one
Because
another.
eventually those pieces become a vision for your life. A dream
Right.
isn't something you find. A purpose isn't something you know, necessarily. A dream is something you build, and within that, a purpose is what you find. Sometimes.
Exactly. And with that, you can't go into your purpose if it's truly your purpose and it's God ordained. You can't go into that purpose with the same characteristics and the same mindset and the same things that you were doing before you even discovered this, because you're going to lose the plot.
You can't go into the purpose of comfort.
You can't. You literally have to trust.
And that's why I feel like that word vulnerability is more so like it's code for faith. It's like it's cheat code for faith. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have it's like true faith without actually using the word faith, especially for people who are non-believers and been through a hard time and believe in another power. It's like you gotta use words like that to get them to understand. Like, I feel like when I got older, I understood the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, because to me, understanding what the Holy Spirit was for a long time was like, oh, is that like people catching the Holy Ghost? You know, like I was just that spiritually immature. You know, like I was like, I ain't never gonna develop that part. But I feel like once you develop that Holy Spirit part, the dreams become clearer, and then like the path become clearer, and it stopped being like, you know, I tell people all the time, I know you get money, but like you apply energy to 10 different careers. Like you do t-shirts, you wash cars. Like, bro, if you just give 100% to the one that's you truly the one, ain't no telling what you could do, because you showing you have the work ethic, which is where a lot of us get stuck. We show we have the work ethic, but we apply to we the hairdresser, we doing nails, lashes, like just choose one and be great at that one. And if you're great at that one, it's no telling what it can produce in the end.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nick said maybe dreams supposed to be unrealistic.
Maybe they are. Exactly. I cannot see a lot of the comments. The first comment I can see is China saying she want to move out of the country. Are there comments before that?
I didn't see that. I didn't even see that.
Said she wanted to be a poet, a national poet.
China, I
Yeah.
found out that I have a very distant cousin that she was a lawyer, and I just kind of followed her journey because it was so dope. Like, she stopped practicing law and kind of realized, like, she just kind of followed the path of what she was supposed to do, but she didn't actually like it. And then she started writing, and I think she's from Memphis, and she wrote about Memphis, and she has a book of poems called Memphis, and it's like writing about being a black girl. And I think she just recently moved to Italy, and she has gotten like awards. And I don't really talk to her, I just follow her on Facebook. But I just say that to say, like, I don't know much about her, but if she can do it, then I absolutely believe you can. And Memphis is not any greater. It may be bigger, but it's not any greater than writing about being a small town girl in Malden. So maybe just start with, your thoughts and ideas and poems and stuff on the internet. Like you have, I think I've seen some TikToks that look really good, and you've gone some places. Like I definitely believe you can
She
do
said,
it.
"What's her name?"
It escapes me. Oh, Stringfellow. What's
You
String?
didn't always talking about the girl name.
No, I
It escaped.
do. What's Stringfellow's
That's such
first
an Uncle
name?
Monty answer, boy. That's an Uncle Monty answer right there. It escaped
I
me.
think
Like,
I think it's Claire
yeah.
Stringfellow.
Just tell her you gonna get back to her on that one.
No, I definitely know what it is, but it's I'll find it. Tara Stringfellow, Tara Stringfellow. Yeah, leave me alone.
Girl, that is such a moment Uncle Monty quote. It escaped me. What? I will say, I was gonna say something about this. Gosh, never mind. I forgot now.
China said a jack of all trades is a master of none. No, for real.
And she said you have to have faith in the time of waiting, not when it's happening. Facts.
So, some cool questions Maya asked that I kind of want to dive into and ask a couple more. At what point did you realize success wasn't enough, Maya?
I think when
Hey, Miss Tripp, we almost missed you.
hey, I think when maybe recently, like I achieved something that I thought I wanted, and I was in that space, and I was doing it, and I still was like, yeah, I'm still empty. So
So I think that I have learned that I think that's the goal. I think it's to have a dream, work to get to that dream, even if you have to sacrifice or whatever you have to do, work to get to that dream. And even if you discover like this ain't it, that's great because number one, you lived and enjoyed the journey on the way there. But two, you didn't not discover it because you were afraid to not discover it, or you were afraid to try to discover it. You actually did, and you found out, nah, it ain't what I want. Like, I'm going to Spain, and it may not be where I want to be for life, and that's okay. But at least I'm not going to think for 20 something years that, man,
yeah,
it would be cool to live in Spain. Like, okay,
I'd
just
rather
go do it,
be
girl.
grateful for trying it out, and people will say like you need to just sit down and pick something. I'd rather try things out while I can
Yeah.
than to regret and be like, man, I wish I would have had the chance
Or,
to.
or
I,
to romanticize something that you never did.
that you never,
And
yeah,
if you did it, you would have realized it wasn't that cute. But at least you got
yeah,
to do it. That was how I was with I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to help people, but then as I got through, everybody was like, "Ooh, go to in-house. It's a cake job. Like you go in-house and you work for corporate companies and you're a corporate attorney. You're not in courtrooms. You just kind of like the life you made it." And people told me that it would take me like 15, 20 years of experience to get there, and I got there in 7. And I got there, and it was cool, but I was like, dang, this was the goal 15, 20 years from now. And I'm here, and one, these people that's been here 15, 20 years getting sheet cakes for anniversary gifts, and it's not even good. And they working hard, and they got people under them, and they're not getting paid a ton. They seem stressed. Like
yeah,
this can't be it. And we got to be in here looking at them every day. Like they got to be in here like I got to be in here. It's handcuffs. They cute handcuffs, but they still handcuffs. And that's kind of what made me be like, okay, let me take the trips and just enjoy
yeah.
where I am. And then I took the trips and was like, okay, let me try
I actually
something
like
else.
it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And I also think I heard something yesterday that PMJ said. I think we should define what success looks like for us, and that's different for everybody. Like I think for me, I define success as achieving different titles, different certifications, different a monetary value. That's what I define success as. When really it's a feeling. Um, and like Tita said, she said I had a bucket list of careers. I have accomplished most of them, and I'm not doing any of them right now. Licensed tax prepar tax
Prepare.
preparation, licensed barber, and insurance agent, but working with juveniles is my passion. Like we get all of these, receive all of these accolades, and we still are at a point where yeah, we're still not satisfied. And I think it's because we haven't truly defined what success looks like for us. And maybe it's not getting that next degree or that certification. Maybe
Or
it's
that
just,
next job, because the other
or
thing
that next,
about why this doesn't feel satisfying, I don't believe it's just all us. It's not satisfying to go in every day and be somewhere every day, even if you don't have anything to do, just to make somebody else feel good. And then you gotta
mm-hmm,
lower yourself or quiet yourself or be somebody else or code switch while you're there and feel confined and be frustrated and not have time to work out or properly eat, and mental health, like that's not fulfilling. And then you go from
mm-hmm,
one job to the next like Tita has, thinking, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, and maybe I don't want to do any of these, maybe it's me, when sometimes it could also be that the system that we're in is just designed for you to either get with the program
it
and
makes
like
you
be
think
okay
that
with the
that's
rat race.
those are things you want.
Yeah, and then if you're not okay with the rat race, you're the problem. But really, it's a rat race, and
Mm-hmm,
you're kind of chained to this desk or to this thing, and it's uncomfortable. But instead of, we're kind of programmed to think it's us because we're not doing what society says we should be doing, when really you just kind of go to each job and realize like none of these jobs actually care about us. We're just,
mm-hmm,
they'd rather just work us to the bone and not pay us. I mean,
mm-hmm,
and that's not me just talking trash. That's historically a thing. I think everybody would love to just get work and have slaves, and they kind of do. It's just a modern day way of doing it. And so, I think part of it all is also in defining like what that work looks like for you, and finding something like Keon, something that's passionate. If I'm gonna be here every day and I'm gonna have to do this, and I'm gonna have mental health issues or whatever, or stress, I got to do something that I love to do that is also part of me, and finding that instead of finding the next job.
mm-hmm.
Miss
Yeah,
Tripp
because
said,
I feel like no matter how much money I make, like even though people like you should be making more or you should be doing this, I am I feel really good waking up every day like turned about going to work. Like I can't wait for y'all to check out this new work shirt I got. Like like I feel very like comfortable in that. But I feel like sometimes we spend a lot of time in survivor's remorse, and um, that's like the aftermath of surviving a trauma event. You still have distress from survival,
yeah,
and in a space where we're supposed to be building. And I did not steal this from Roddy Rich, but I'm telling you, in the space where we're supposed to be building, I'm telling you, we spend a lot of time in survivor's remorse of just distress from the trauma we survived. And it's like, because we spend so much time in that space, it's impossible for you to be able to just develop like something. This is a space you're supposed to be building in. You survived it. You survived a traumatic event. Start building. But instead, we're in distress and we stay there for a little while. Then we start building. Like no.
yeah. Miss Tripp said, if something happens to you, they will hire the next to move on. That's true. I definitely feel like like there's a point to what you're saying. Like I think it might be like we're de-stressing, but also we kind of get into that comfortability where it's like, whoo, and we just kind of stay there, or we focus on the what we survived and stay there talking about that. You know what I mean? It's like different places that we stay instead of moving forward. But I want to ask this other question that Maya came up with that I like. What's one dream that you've quietly outgrown? Which is kind of like what I asked earlier, but I want to ask other people. Keon, yours was the DJing thing and the WNBA. Mine was the dancer. I've definitely outgrown being a dancer because you have to physically be there with your body. And I prefer, like, I love to dance, and it is something fun that I like to do. But even with all the money in the world, if I open a studio right now, I have to be there physically every day, or the days that I say and I don't want to do that. So I've outgrown that because I would prefer to do things with my mind, which I can do anywhere, and just call you and tell you or help you through yours using my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maya,
She just said, I think I felt most fulfilled when I was working with kids, working with juveniles. It wasn't the most money, but it was the only job that didn't feel like work. I think working with juveniles is my passion, and it's not about money. For example, Vivienne is not a teacher for the money. She truly has a passion for the kids. It shows. My Aunt Brenda, Betty, and Miss Marie, they were or are at the school for the children.
yeah.
Yeah.
China
says
nursing is one dream that you've outgrown. You wanted to be a nurse and you've outgrown that. I just want to know why you want to be a nurse, and why you wanted to be a nurse, and I'm very curious because I spoke at the school one time and polled like literally 5 classes and was like, you know, what do you want to be? And I am not being funny when I heard CNA, hairstylist, in the military, and truck driver. I heard one person say something different, and that person said a lawyer. But everybody else was literally it was the same answer. And I was like, what is happening? Why y'all laughing?
Keon childish. Anyways, I think I have outgrown making careers my identity.
I like that.
What's funny, Key?
Nothing.
No, she been
Tina
shady,
said,
y'all.
I still love doing hair, but my physical body won't allow me to stand and work for hours. Yeah, I like to do hair too. But the amount of times I pop my fingers this weekend braiding some hair, I see what you're talking about, Tita. That's crazy. I was concerned for myself, and I only did 2 heads. China said she wanted to be Brenda Jr. so bad. Also, my dad is older and raised me as a disabled single father, and I just always wanted to take care of him. I feel that. Maya, what was you gonna say?
Oh, next.
What? Why are y'all laughing? Anyway, okay, that what Tita said. She's the best school nurse ever. Anyway, that was.
Can we go to the if money wasn't a factor?
Okay. If money weren't a factor, what would your average Tuesday look like?
You know what my average Tuesday would look like?
Coffee shop.
Wake up. I do this anyway. I wake up, I say my prayer, I watch either a podcast or a sermon, and then I would get my coffee, make me some breakfast. I'll go to the gym, and then I will probably, what's after that? Maybe like something that I enjoy doing that don't feel like work. Something in that space. But I'm in my own environment, rather that's home in this right here or in Dallas at one of the nicer lobby areas. And then I will come home, I will do my meal prep, I'll go to bed. That would be my day.
You would
Simple.
be okay with doing that every day.
Yeah. I put in working on something because I can't just do nothing.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I'm working, but it's in my own space and environment and not clocking in.
Okay. What about you, Keon?
I want to be the Dr. House of physical therapy, so I would only be available for treatment from like 10 to 4. And then I want to spend the rest of my time like with a team doing research for like MS and trying to find conservative ways to help them maintain functional mobility and stuff like
What
that.
a worldly answer.
Definitely believe.
I mean, that's the truth though. Like,
No, for real.
I could probably nerd out for hours in what I do. Like,
That's pretty good, Key.
Yeah.
I would just want to be available for treatment from literally 10 a.m. to 4. And I want to be a rare breed that I'm booked out a year from now. I want to be hard to get in touch with. And then I want to spend time researching with a team.
Key, you make me feel so vague. Like,
What?
What do you
That's
mean?
why.
you make me feel so superficial. She talking about, I want to achieve, I want to accomplish research and save the world. And I'm over here like, I want to do what I want.
That's what I want to do
I
though.
don't
Like
feel
I'm
like
not
that.
saying like I want to.
I
I'm
don't
not-
really
I'm
think
just-
that's a bad thing, Maya, but in your pursuit, I think because you're in two different spaces, Keon has found her passion and her purpose, and she's good at it. And she's quite gifted, like Hal said it. And you are just now in that, and you like things. But I think, like, you could also nerd out about dermatology. And so if that were your thing right now, you probably would have the answer, but you're in two different spaces. So of course your answer is two different answers. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is a reflection of the space that you're in. I am currently I feel like I live every day right now like I want to. But I'm in a middle ground because I'm in between being a parent and also being a super powerful, intelligent person and identifying with that. Because when I say powerful and intelligent, like there's a bunch of gifts and things that I can do to help people, and every now and then I do them. Like, and I like that I'm available if somebody says like, "Hey, I have nobody to do my hair," and I'm like, as it turns out, I actually can do hair, and it's not that bad. Or hey, I have a legal question, and I can sit for a couple of hours with somebody and work through something. But I also I prefer that, but to me right now I feel like I'm selfishly on the other side. I would have to give my child an iPad or a TV. Keon, what is funny?
Nothing.
Too much.
You laugh it. And she would be like, I would not do anything with her. And so I spend half of my days trying to fulfill me as an individual, but then the other half of my day, like not trying to be that parent that is like leaving her to play with her toys. That's like, we're doing reading and writing and science experiments and fun stuff. And so I'm trying to balance that. And I also, it's not bad because Alani is hilarious, but I'm also wrapping my mind around being that person because it's definitely not who I am at my core and not who I've ever wanted to be. So I'm really just doing it because I'm making a sacrifice because she didn't ask to be here. So I'm grappling with with that right now and trying to figure out how to balance that because I got nobody else here to be able to do that. Like there's no child care to where I can feel okay. So yeah, that's kind of how I spend my Tuesday. That's literally what I'm going to do tomorrow.
They said you a Jill of all trades, which is a master of none.
Yeah, no, for real.
I think you learning that. You is a Jill of all trades. You need to hone in on what's T.
The problem is I would like to hone in, but I don't. If I hone in, what honing in looks like to me, Alani would have an iPad in front of her face all the time.
She would or would not?
She would. But Jazz said the more independent she becomes, the less you will feel like this stage.
I know, but right now, especially because she's 3, between now and 5, that's a pivotal time where you can show them all kinds of stuff and they'll just absorb it. And so thinking about that, that's 2 years. That's a long time to put what I'm doing on pause.
Yeah.
If I'm being truthful, it sounds crazy to me, and I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tita says she can see Maya being a personal stylist for people. You have great style, but you would have to like shopping.
I love shopping. If I could do that, if I could do
Maya,
that,
no, because I asked you to help me and you are not helpful.
no. Let me tell y'all about Daesh. I don't want to help her because what's that scene on White Chicks where she like, I look like a large spaghetti, like that's Daesh. I can't help her because everything is no, I don't like this, and no, like she is terrible
I think
to shop
Maya
for.
would need to explore and learn.
No, she would need.
She would need what?
What? Girl, please. Talk about she would need. But I heard that before. I had a couple people tell me that.
I think you need
Who
to.
would
You need to.
who would
Yeah,
you
but
need
it's the
to
small
approve?
people that has told you that. You need to understand body sizes and like what works for body types, because you be trying to. I don't know what
Tell
you
the
be
truth
doing.
about what you like.
That is not true, Dash. You can
You be
you a
thinking I
lie
look
because
different than I actually do, and
no,
What
that
type
is
of
not
pieces
true.
do you need, Maya, for the true vision?
Keon, move along.
Who's
Dash, I have dressed Dash up before she went to Italy. I dressed her up in the cutest chic look, and she liked it. But Dash want me to pick out them overalls and think that's okay. Like, no, if you want my style, and in my personal opinion, I'm not going to pick out no overalls. That's
With the help,
absolutely terrible.
your style, with the help of one addition.
who you?
Keon, I will put something together and I'll ask Keon what you think.
Not
And she-
something. No, not sometimes. Tell him. It could be literally 12 o'clock at night and I get 4 and 5 pictures. Like, pick one. Like what? And then it's like, I get a phone call. Like, you get my text message. Pick your top 3. Like, so at this point, I think I'm a part of it.
Okay, you're a part of
Girl,
my person
okay.
now. China said the battle of exploring yourself while being a mommy. Yeah, I'm an extremely, always have been, selfish person. I may not seem like it, but I am. So that's difficult for me at the moment, and it's new for me because she's 3, but I've never had to do that because I had a nanny. I had people that actually still gave her the time and attention and education while still being around her in our house. So I've never had to like balance this, and this sucks. Tita said we have to think outside the box. Maya, listen, Maya talking about I'm hard to dress. I have to say nice things about her body. Listen, first of all, if you dressing somebody, you should be saying nice things about their body anyway. But second of all,
I do.
I am not hard to dress. I just feel like Maya is like, if you have somebody with a short torso and bigger legs, bigger chest. Like some things make you look bigger than you are because of where they are or how how you wear them. And I think Maya ignores that sometimes for me.
So you mean to tell me I have never put some nice things together for you?
No, I didn't say that. I said sometimes. Some of the stuff you said,
But I
do
have
some
to
stuff.
see what it looks like.
Yeah, I know.
And I will tell you, no, that look crazy. Let's look into something else. But this is the same person that I will say, go get that silk skirt, that long silk skirt, and you want to put a t-shirt with books on it with it. No, I'm not doing it. Like, no.
Oh, listen,
Well, this is our 1 year anniversary. We made it.
we made it, y'all. Is it the 1 year anniversary? It's not the 1 year anniversary. I think the 1 year anniversary was like August 20th.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we started like late August or something like that because right about now we were still having our growth and development meetings.
And in this year, I have grown tremendously.
How have you grown? You know what? Save that for the.
Next
I
one.
kind of want to do a 1 year, like. I'm not gonna write a blog, but I just want to do a 1 year.
Because when we
blog.
first started this, we was crying a lot. Like them first few weeks, we was always crying. If people go back and look, me and Maya was crying them first few out loud talks out here. We was being too vulnerable. I'm like, dang, we was on here crying.
But that's okay. I think that's what people need to see. So much non-substance conversations. My friend keep asking me, did you watch Poor Minds? I don't want to watch that. It's not mind stimulating. I don't want to watch it. I'll go watch Real Housewives.
Because I don't know how to do small talk. Like I really want to get into the why you do what you do and how you do it and all that. And Maya be talking trash.
Bro, because she keeps going. She doesn't know how to stop. Like, I understand that, but Daesh will ask a question after a question. And one time I thought, like, are you playing? Like, are you trying to get under their skin? But this is really you. Like, she don't know how to cut it off. You talk too much.
Whatever.
I like a nice little plot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like something. You lose my interest, like just like not being like having no substance. I can't talk about what we did in 2011 because to be honest,
for real.
I don't look like this. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just telling Daesh that. I got a friend that always want to talk about men. Ugh.
I feel like substance is like I can talk to you for hours and it can be very platonic. Like it don't have to be like all weird. That's what get me about people sometimes. It's like because I want to explore substance don't mean I like you. Like I don't like you. I just thought we were having a good conversation. And sometimes they get me like in a really sticky place because I'm like, I can just like really indulge in substance. Like if you show you got any substance, I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna be curious because ignorance is bliss, and I will ask the dumbest question, especially to a stranger, because I'm gonna go back to my life and we don't know each other. Like it's completely fine, but it just get real weird when like it's like, oh, you like me because you so deep, and it's like nah.
Right, yeah, I've had that too, Keon. I also am not really good at I didn't know this, but my multiple friends have told me I'm not really good at being able to see that somebody likes me or thinks that I like them like that. So I'm just talking away and just we might be deep, but I don't care.
Yeah, you just having a conversation, and now all of a sudden you flirting, like, huh?
Yeah.
I got that. I was that bad.
Okay, so thank you, Tita. Tita said I do have a style. Jazz said she loves when she can catch us. Thank you, Jazz.
Tita said this has been therapy for me. I just told y'all, Mom, that this has been a blessing. I
Thank
think that's
you.
why it's easy for us to
Us
just
too.
keep going because it also is therapy for us in a way. Like I think I said that a long time ago when we first started.
Yeah.
Yeah, China said she needs to start joining
The growth and development meetings, we stopped having them because we started doing this and we didn't want to do 2 things per night. But Maya got something coming up. She's working on and dragging me into it, like credit and financial literacy and learning about finances. So that's coming up. More information to follow, but there'll be conversations about that you can join and bring people to. All right. Well, maybe next week we need to do a little light because recently Keon has put me on to 2 shows and Maya just talked about one, and maybe next week we need to talk about what y'all watching. We just need to do it.
No, Dave, don't do that. That is something that that's something you madly interested in right there. Like what you watching. Like, no, we're not about to do.
We need to listen, guys. We
no.
need to talk.
Y'all
about
should
the
have no. You
latest
should have
shows.
heard what she was coming up with. Dash, tell her what happened.
Y'all want to know you talking about my latest blog?
Let me tell y'all, I came up with the
Today's
blog. Yes, today's, and Dash was like, "Oh, that's a good idea because mine was about death." I'm like, "Huh?"
Nah, that's too far.
Like, what?
We ain't gonna go dark. That's dark.
It wasn't dark. It was about understanding why people act like death is something you catch, when really when you were born you already caught it, and people just don't want to talk about it. And then, like you're gonna kill them tomorrow, and talking about planning and just stuff like that. Like people act like death is like COVID back in 2020. It's weird. And I don't get it. It's like literally inevitable.
That's because some people have just a different type of emotional attachment with death, and it's just different. It's not the same for people as it is for you. And I know how you are about it. Like, it's definitely not the same for like a non-neurodivergent person.
It's not neurodivergence. I celebrate Dia
Well,
de los
it's spectrum
Muertos.
stuff. The way you are about death is a bit on the spectrum. You're a little bit too cool with it. Like,
no, it's like the Mexican culture that celebrates Dia de los Muertos. Like, it's a celebration of life. It doesn't have to be all sad and morbid.
I feel like people be dying and you be like, yeah, time's up. And it's like, bro, that's not... That's the type of energy you give. It's like, no, I don't want to be around you more.
I don't. Nicole said, I'm definitely down to learn more about credit. I'm late to the party, but I'll check in next week. Thank you for joining us, Nicole. You good? China said it's sad. It is sad, but before you get to the sadness of death, there are some things that need to be talked about and done.
I feel like they just lack a different type of emotional maturity that y'all ain't aware of because of
everything is just logical today. That's the thing.
Like it don't. There's no sensitivity when it comes to that. That's why we only talk about it for they find out how dark you is. You sound like you need to be a mortician. We don't need to talk about that. They gonna find out you need to be a mortician in real life.
Oh, girl.
No, for real.
Gosh.
They should probably need to look into that for real.
Absolutely not. I'm not touching corpse. No.
Okay. See,
Y'all went too far.
But before we get off, I just want to say a short prayer over our week because we have made it very far in a year. And it's just been really like a bunch of prayer warriors behind us, and I feel the growth in us all. So before we go, I do just want to say a short prayer and just pray with everybody on live publicly. Yes. You ready, Maya?
Yes.
All right. So, dear Heavenly Father, we come to you humbly. We thank you for the growth, the vulnerability, the strength that you have given us, the guidance you have given us. We thank you for just giving our community and our family the opportunity to truly see who we are and to truly be a part of our growth this past year. The support we have been given, the love we have received, it has been unexpected. it has been your favor, and this has become something bigger than just live and just numbers. This became a version of fellowship. We thank you, we honor you, and we love you, Father God. Bless everybody and give them the strength that they need to survive this week. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Good job, Keon.
Yeah, see y'all on the next one. Next week, we back live. We back outside.
What y'all watching?
Okay. We'll let you know about the blog. To be determined.
Okay. Or
Just come ready to talk.
Okay.